welcome to episode 116 of our Family Travel Australia series. This week we camp off-grid with our feet in the sand at a little known town in the heart of the Pilbara coast. Often referred to as a ghost town, Cossack is alive with history, with many of its original buildings restored to their former glory, and we take a step back in time to learn all about this once bustling port of the northwest. Plus, we have an unexpected crash of the drone and an unexpected trip to the local hospital. And Paul shares his verdict on our recently installed lithium batteries and gives an overview on grey tank requirements and options for becoming fully self-contained. Then we hit the road for an epic travel day bound for the spectacular Ningaloo coast and a week of off-grid camping at Cape Range National Park. Be sure to subscribe and join us for all of the adventure.
It's time to bring you the update on our lithium upgrade that we had done for the caravan back there in Darwin almost 2 months ago. Crossing over into WA, we have had loads of opportunity to be able to really give these a good test. And I have to say, we've been blessed with an incredible amount of sunshine, which helps. Okay, what we had previously was 3 AGM lead acid batteries. They equated to 320 amp hours of battery life. That was 3 individual batteries. We had 2 110s and 1 100. We replaced them with 3 lithium batteries. This is the brand we ended up going with. They're an Allium lithium-ion battery, and we wanted to do like for like as close as possible. So we installed 3 105 amp hour batteries. They actually come up to, I think, 126 amp hour size. The amazing thing though is how light they are. So you probably will have also seen that we did a weigh-in while we're in Darwin as well. Well, that was post-install. These batteries saved us almost 50 kilos of weight, which was awesome because that was in the front of the van, and that was also very good for our tow ball weight as well. The other kit that we do have installed in this van include an Enerdrive 12 volt DC to DC charger, 40 plus. We also have a super multi-plus Victron 3 kVA inverter charger. That thing is an absolute machine and it's a beast, and it is really an awesome bit of kit as well. Now, because these particular batteries come with an inbuilt battery monitoring system and management system, you don't necessarily need a dedicated lithium charger for your setup. However, I'm sure every RV out there has a different kind of setup, so you'll need to check that, what you actually have as far as a charger and inverter goes, and then whether you'll need to upgrade those as well. We didn't need to with our current setup. As far as solar goes, we've got 2 panels on the roof. One is a 150 watt, the other's a 180 watt. And about a year ago, I also purchased a 300 watt blanket, a solar blanket. I've got an external Anderson plug on the front of the van, and I can plug that in, stick it up on the van, or move that around. It's got a 10 meter extension cable, which is really a good tip as well. It means that if it's super hot and we need the van in the shade, then I can still put the 300 watt solar blanket out and know that I'm able to harness some of that powerful energy from the sun, which is great. As far as our energy consumption goes, we are a absolute energy hungry family. Okay, and that's not just because of Katie. Happy wife, happy life. She is using a hairdryer every day. We're both using the coffee machine twice a morning. Anything that's heating or cooling as an appliance is always going to draw a huge amount of power, so you should consider that as well. We run a washing machine, certainly not every day, but that is something that we couldn't live without. And then we do have a NutriBullet as well, and we're probably running that every day as well. Since Darwin, the other application has been the Dometic dual zone 75 litre fridge freezer combo that we had installed in the back of the truck. This has been a game changer for us, and I will do a review on that in another video. But what we have actually found is that I have been plugging the AC cord straight into the van when we're off grid. So I'm drawing the the 240 volts straight out of the van and into the truck, and I'm plugging the solar blanket into the front of the van. So that equates to 630 watts of solar blankets or solar panels out harnessing the sun, and then I'm drawing that power directly out to the truck for the fridge freezer. That seems to be working really well. If you have got a suggestion for me or an idea on how I could manage or do that better, I am all ears. At the moment, that is working well. The thing I'll say is that these particular batteries seem to be charging a lot quicker than our previous battery, and I'm not freaked out when I'm hitting that 55% mark where I used to be a little concerned. So what would happen with our previous batteries is we would get down to that 55% and I would have to plug in the Hilux and then run it for hours on end, which isn't ideal, I know, but that would be the only way I could recharge those batteries, because I knew that once I discharged to that state, then the next day it wouldn't matter how much sunshine, I just couldn't get them back up to 100%. I don't have that problem with these. I guess with lead acid batteries, they're only really ever happy when they're at 100%. Whereas with these guys, I haven't got that concern at all. The other part of this is that it comes with a inbuilt Bluetooth system. So I'm able to see everything on an app connected to my phone for each of the individual batteries. I can see the temperature, I can see the state of charge, I can see how much time is remaining. It is super. It is so fantastic. And you can name them. And that's another good tip. If you do look to get lithium batteries installed like this that have a Bluetooth setup, then make sure that you also label the battery when you're installing them, so that if you did have a problem, you'd be able to go, oh, okay, that's number 1, 2, or 3, or whatever your setup is. I mean, you could name them your ex-girlfriends or your ex-wives or something, but you'd be able to then really be able to see them on here and know exactly which battery is doing what performance and output and what you need to do. Okay, so bottom line is safer. The inbuilt onboard battery management system means that you're not going to overcharge them, you're not going to overheat them. It's going to let you know. It has inbuilt safety. They're lighter. They're at least 60% lighter than the previous batteries, or what equated to us about 15 to 20 kilos lighter per battery. Amazing saving on weight, which is always important in larger vans, or any van really. These batteries are going to give you at least 4 times longer life cycles than AGMs, up to 10 times longer. So once you look at all of those replacements, you're going to find that this is going to be much better value, safer, lighter, lasts longer. We love it. How do you get your hands on these? There is actually a really amazing deal at the moment. If you check out the link below, that's through apollorvsales.com.au. I'll put that link in the description as well. If you head over there, they have got some amazing deals. These systems are improving all the time, and the prices are coming down all the time too, which is fantastic. And it's really been on the wish list a long time for us, but they've just been out of reach on the price point. So good news, they've absolutely dropped in price, and I think affordable for everyone now. Now, as I mentioned, we got these installed back in Darwin at the Apollo Service Centre. There are 8 of these service centres around Australia, so pretty well anywhere in Australia you'll be able to get to one of these service centres. They don't just look after Apollo vehicles or Apollo-made vehicles. They service everyone, which we love. It's all about community, getting the right gear into everyone's hands. If you can't get to a service centre, get in touch with the guys at Apollo anyway, and they will point you in the right direction and make sure that you can get your hands on these Alien product batteries. They are fantastic. Okay, so there it is. My next challenge is looking at water, and trying to find a system that will be able to pump water into the van, filter it, and know that we're not having to duck in and out of a location to refill our tanks. How can I get the water from a location and actually harness that and know that's going to be safe for us to drink and consume? Again, if you've got an idea out there or you've already got a system in play that you think is awesome, let me know. I'll give it a test and I'll be able to bring you a review like this as well. For now, it's on with the show. Thanks for watching. Great product. Love it. See you soon. This is an awesome way for us to start this week's episode. We are staying in this quaint little ghost town known as Cossack that is absolutely alive with history and has two beautiful campsites. One known as Settlers Beach, where we are, and the other is Butcher's Inlet. Both have stunning views across the water and we absolutely love it here.
Yes, it's a bit of a shame actually that there is a 3-night maximum stay here, because I think we would be happy to pull up stumps for a few weeks. You do have to be fully self-contained if you are coming to camp here in Cossack, which means your own power, your own water, and you do need a grey water tank to catch your grey water. We've actually just picked up a portable grey water tank to enable us to be able to stop at some of these beautiful spots as we make our way further down the west coast. We are literally sitting here with our feet in the sand looking out at that beautiful ocean, and Jasper has just loved turtling around. We have our own sand dune right underneath the awning that he has spent endless hours playing in as well. It is super quiet, and with only 4 sites at each of the campgrounds, it means it's not overcrowded and there is a steady flow of people who are able to come in and enjoy this amazing environment.
Our neighbours have had the rods out both days and they have caught plenty of whiting. So Jasper and I are going to flick a line a little bit later. Fingers crossed. Luckily, Tomo last week gave us a freezer full of fish, so we've actually got plenty of fish anyway, if we don't catch anything fresh. The town itself is really like a time capsule, like someone has literally pressed pause back in the 1880s. There is a museum that is a wonderful display of the history, the culture, the artefacts of this region. The cafe is probably the real standout. The food there was exceptional.
It was amazing, and they're open for breakfast and lunch. So we would definitely recommend stopping in to the cafe, and it is nestled amongst the heritage buildings. So it is a very beautiful outlook, again, over the water. There is also a gift store that showcases local artworks and homewares, a gallery as well, and a heritage trail that you can either opt to walk or drive and get a real grasp of the rich history of this once bustling port town in the northwest.
What has blown us away is how open and accessible it is.
Yes.
Yeah, quite often a lot of these places in these remote areas are under lock and key. Well, this is completely open, beautifully interped, and really beautifully restored. I think they've done a fantastic job. There is a mix of both volunteers and paid staff, so a good blend of people ready to help you or show you around or give you a tour and tell you some more of this rich history. We loved getting up to the very top of the ridge on the lookouts. There's two that you can check out. One is up on the coast and one is back a little bit looking over the whole town. So a great vantage point to really get a lay of the land and see where a lot of the other buildings used to lie as well.
And Cossack is famous as being a major port back in the late 1800s for the pioneers coming to the northwest region, and also those who were coming to make their fortune through the Pilbara gold rush and the original pearling in Australia before it moved over to Broome.
Yes, very rich in history. They also had a turtle soup factory here. Has some dark history as well. The actual marine life around this area is very rich. There are turtles, dolphins, whales are starting their migration, so plenty happening below the surface of the water as well. Another highlight was meeting Sophia, who has recently moved into Cossack with a retail shop showcasing her homemade Tox-Free skincare.
Oh, so good. And walking into Sophia's store and all of those beautiful smells from her products. And she was just gorgeous, so welcoming, so bubbly. So a really lovely spot to stop and enjoy a little bit of retail therapy when you are visiting Cossack.
Okay, our choice out of the two campgrounds would be Settlers Beach. We are on site number 3, and although the sites aren't very large, you do have this incredible view of the ocean, and again, you're sitting in the sand dune, literally.
Yeah, and for $20 a night, I mean, you can't get much better than this.
Yeah, fantastic. Being in a location like this, I absolutely love. We do a fair bit of caravan parks, and then occasionally we'll stay in national parks, but then when you get these absolute gems where you feel that you're completely off grid and you've got to be self-sufficient, I love. And so does Katie and Jasper. You're generally in a richer environment or a more natural environment as well. So that is such an added bonus. The thing is, though, is that you need to really consider a few factors, and that is your water and your consumption of it, and how you can really maintain a few days or even up to, a week or 2 weeks, however long you can, off grid. The energy, how you're able to not only harness the energy but store it, and then thirdly is your waste. And so with the cassette, you're going to need to find a dump point at some point. And then for the first time in a location like this, we've had to catch our grey water. Now, I believe that an industry standard is coming where all new vans manufactured will require to be made with a grey tank installed. I don't know when that's happening, but I hear it on the grapevine, and potentially that will mean that any van or RV will also need one fitted. Now, if I was to go to the service centre and probably get one fitted, I think it's probably going to be $300 or $400 to get a grey water tank fitted. So not a hugely expensive item to not only buy but to install. It's relatively cheap. But we didn't have that time or luxury to do that, so I was able to find in South Headland a grey water tank portable. It's a Fiamma kit. It's 40 litres and it was $289. So I think that's fairly expensive, but as Katie said, it gets us through without having a grey water tank. It's portable, you can roll it, it is watertight obviously, there's a number of different fittings that come with it, so she sees it as really good value, and I'm sure in the long run it will be worth its money, and it certainly has allowed us to stay in this place. Reese, the lovely caretaker here, he's a stickler for it. If you don't have the correct grey water tank or way to actually capture that, then you cannot stay here. So it's one of those locations, and there's many more of them where you do require this. So it is great that we've got it on board. We probably will look to invest in a much larger tank that is under the van. Again, then you've got added weight as well. So a few things to consider there, but all in all, it has done its job, and it's got us into this pretty amazing location.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
What's happened?
I think Dad found Droney.
Holy
There
crap. Yeah, back to drone school for me.
Oh
Oh
dear.
Hang on, let's turn that off. Jesus. Let's see how much damage you've done. Can you
Hold
hold
that
that?
for Dada.
These scratches in my arms. Shit, I didn't even. I just totally misread that distance. Which happens.
Get a nice chunk out of that propeller there.
Yeah, that's alright. Wonder how the camera is. It sounded pretty harsh. Look at that.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I think it's okay. Let me check.
Okay.
No cracks. No cracks, which is good.
There you go. Luckily, the drone technician is here. Let's see what the footage looks like. Come on. Jeez. Hey Jasper.
I'm just being Dad's co-pilot on the maps.
Oh, good job. Are you the navigator?
Yep.
Good
I tell
boy.
him where to go.
Good job, man.
Occasionally Mum tells me where to go as well. Roebourne BP. Bit of an early start for the Feel Good family today. We are on our way toward Exmouth. Maybe we will get that far. It's a good 550 kilometres down the road. Petrol $1.90.3 for diesel here, which is normal. We're getting used to paying that sort of price. And we'll fill up and then we'll hit the road, and we'll probably do 2.5 hours, pull over, have a cuppa, some morning tea, and do another couple hours and have lunch, and then see how we're feeling. But it should be a good day. It's absolutely perfect still day, which is good. Touch wood, there's no more wind. And I don't mean from just me, I mean outside the car.
What's Daddy talking about?
Oh yeah.
Got my toy Lego clone here. Mini Lego.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Did you make that?
Yep.
Very good. Katie's in there making us a coffee.
Hello.
Good stuff. Oh, beautiful spot. And it is still morning. Correct. Good morning. Okay, we just pulled out of the Robe River rest stop. It was really relaxing.
It was a great rest stop.
Yeah, actually, we were surprised at the last rest stop having a dump point.
Oh yeah.
This had 2 dump points by the river,
Yep.
which is fairly low at the moment, but the marker where we were actually pulled up to have a morning tea and a coffee would flood up over the Hilux roof. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy dooly.
They must get, I know, right? They must get a lot of water through here.
That is crazy. You can camp at this rest stop for 24 hours too. And actually there was a man in a motorhome there who had a sweet spot under the gum trees, right up against the riverbank.
Yeah, there's toilets. There isn't showers, but there's plenty of toilets, and there's also a parent room as well, which is very cool. And all very well maintained. Everywhere we've pulled up at a rest stop has new bin liners, and we've seen the guys going along. They travel hundreds of kilometres and basically maintaining and keeping everything spick and span.
Yeah, not hardly any rubbish on the side of the road either. So good job, WA.
Yeah, amazing. How are you feeling, mate?
I am feeling fit, fine, and fantastic.
Don't you love that? I asked Jasper because I knew he was going to say that. I want to get a shirt and have that printed for you, mate.
Yeah, fit, fine, and fantastic.
The new Jasperism. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't feeling so good yesterday. What happened, man?
Well, I dunked my head.
Dunked. I don't know if that's in the English dictionary, is it?
Yeah. Well, it is now.
He dunked his head. How'd you do that?
Oh, on the caravan edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bottom edge of the door,
Yep.
playing in the sandpit, got caught up in the fun.
Yep.
And it was a decent sized crack. We actually ended up at Roebourne Hospital. I'm not sure the population of Roebourne, but there'd only be 200 people maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they have this hospital in this remote area. There was the 2 nurses on duty, and we just caught Dr. Coed, yes.
So, this is the corner I hit my head on.
Yeah.
That one? Nope.
Yeah,
That one.
it's a bit sharp, isn't it?
Yeah.
I might need to put something on that, mate. Are you okay?
Yep.
What have you done?
Yep.
Ouch.
Alright.
You okay?
So what happened? Put some glue on there, and then we're also going to put a little bit of a little like a band-aid thingy on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beauty.
Goodness me, Jasper, that would be really good, wouldn't it?
To home with us.
Oh, you might have to take a nurse home with you too.
These guys were just amazing. They're just so friendly, so helpful. Couldn't do enough.
Yeah.
Really looked after Jasper. What do you think?
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Pretty nice. Good. Okay.
As far as going to hospital goes, it was a pretty good experience.
When Dr. Coed asked if you wanted to have stitches, a staple or glue, what did you choose?
Glue and a band-aid.
Yeah. Pretty well no when he said staple, wasn't it?
I totally agree with that.
Anyway.
Anybody out there had a staple in your head? Let us know what it's like.
Well, mate, your brain is back together though. You're stuck together, which is good.
Yep.
Okay. You're feeling okay?
Yes.
Yes. All right. That's good. No, he was very brave. And look, the thing is that as we've been travelling around, any sort of travelling and day-to-day life, stuff happens, you know. I mean, 2 broken ankles, Jasper's been to hospital a couple of times with split heads, and Kate's jammed her finger in the door. I mean, stuff happens, and we have been some of the most remote places when things have gone south. So we just are really thankful that we're able to be looked after, and you know, we're always carrying extra first aid kits. We've got a first aid kit in the car, we've got one in the van, and we've got one in our backpack. We've got a snake bite kit, we've got all the preparation that you could have. But one thing we wanted to give a shout out to is the Royal Flying Doctor Service again.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah. Such a incredible, necessary service for all Australians. It's free. I don't think it's until you get to these remote areas of Australia that you can really not even appreciate it. It's more about understanding how critical this service is for the people that live out in these remote places, and for people like us who are on the road travelling, and sometimes hundreds of kilometres from anywhere, like we are now. It is such a crucial service.
Truly amazing, and funded through people's donation generosity. They also have some pretty awesome merchandise that you can buy, and we would say get online, get onto their website. I'll put the link below. We're not affiliated in any way with them. We just think they're outstanding service, provided free for Australians. Buy a shirt or a cap, or find a way to spend some money with them. Get a first aid kit.
Yeah.
Awesome guys. Okay, touch wood, we don't ever actually need them. We did stay with the family at Pink Alley, the very northwest corner of New South Wales, sheep station in the middle of nowhere, literally, and they had required the services of the Royal Flying Doctors twice. That saved their lives.
Yeah, amazing.
So, amazing. All right, we are going to continue on another couple of hundred kilometres down the road. We've done 200 kilometres to the Robe River rest stop, and then another 200 clicks, and we will see how we feel.
Yeah, it's good. We left really early, and again, it's like we know this on the days that we're pulling out really late too. Leaving early, it just makes a travel day so much better. You're 200 k's down the road before it's even morning tea time.
Yeah, and it's quieter. So
yes, it is so quiet on the road. We've hardly seen anybody.
Okay, are you good, Jasper? Are you ready to get on with it?
Yep.
All right, let's get some tunes cranking.
Bye.
Bye. What do you want to play?
Oh, I like to play Mickey Mouse.
Sometimes you just wish you didn't ask that question.
And if you don't know how to spell his name, it is Mickeymouse.
Perfect. Let's get that song on. Here we go.
Awesome.
Bye.
Mickey and the Feelgoods.
You can help the Royal Flying Doctors by donating money.
Nanutarra Roadhouse, I think it's how you pronounce it. It's $1.97.9. Almost getting back to that $2 a litre mark. I think the most we ever paid was back at Uluru, $2.09, I think, a litre. We're not quite at that yet, but we actually didn't really need fuel, but I'm just always conscious when you get to about half tank to fill up if you can. So anyway, here we go. We're there. Next week on Family Travel Australia. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com.au. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly Go RV magazine articles and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family and happy trails. Oh, you can never over hand sanitize, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm gonna get some on. Any?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Just a little bit.